The downtown Dalton General Store has been transformed into an amazing cafe called Bailey's Café. You can get breakfast, lunch, and any kind of coffee drink you can imagine. I am very excited to be here with Cicely Marzelli, and she's the executive pastry chef here at Bailey's Cafe and Events. And we're going to do something really fun today, right? What are we making?
Yes, we are going to make traditional popovers today. So I've been making popovers for about 7 or 8 years now, but I didn't know what a popover was before I started working up in Bar Harbor, Maine at the Jordan Pond House. I kind of fell in love with them immediately, and it just became a passion of mine to make popovers, so I wanted to bring those home. So every basic popover recipe is going to start with eggs, flour, milk, salt, and baking soda. I won't give you my recipe, but you can look up on Google.
Right,
Google has a lot of recipes.
Yes, yes.
They're all great.
All right, cool.
But we're gonna do it my way.
All right, sounds good.
So we're gonna start with the eggs.
And you're making like large quantities here,
I do
right?
make a pretty large quantity here.
Most people will not make this many.
Yeah, I think it will probably make about 40 popovers.
Okay. And this is the milk?
Yes.
It's regular whole milk?
So we're gonna pour all of our liquids together.
Okay.
And so you're going to whisk both of your liquids together.
Alrighty.
So once that is completely together,
All right.
then you can go in with your dry ingredients.
So we have some flour there?
Yep, we've got flour, salt, and baking soda.
All right.
Just kind of evenly over the top.
So is it best to do it with the whisk hand mixer?
I like to do it by hand. A lot of people make the mistake of putting it in a blender and mixing it to oblivion, and that's actually the wrong way to do it. You want your batter to be a little bit chunky when you are finished mixing it.
All right.
So you don't want to be too rough on it. So I find that whisking it by hand is the best way to do it. You will see that there are still chunks of flour in here.
Yeah.
You want it to be that way.
Okay.
And you want this batter to sit overnight. So we actually can't use this batter that we're making today. So I made one yesterday that I have for us that we can make today. So we have our batter that I made yesterday, and you can see on the top that it is a little bit fermented. Yeah, so that is what we want to see. That's why we let it set overnight. So we're gonna mix that back in. So you're gonna mix it until it's smooth, and you'll see that all of those flour chunks just kind of disintegrate in there.
Yeah, they did. That's crazy.
So I'm gonna have you try a pan, and I'll do a pan as well.
Okay. Are you sure you trust me?
Of course I trust you. So I use seasoned cupcake pans because I use them every day. But if you're at home, you can just use your regular cupcake pans.
Okay.
Lots of people own popover pans. Those work as well. But I find this easier to handle. So I use every other hole. You can see on here the ones that I don't use.
Crazy. Okay.
So you want to spray them very generously.
Yeah, because you're in trouble if they stick.
Absolutely. Okay, so you're just going to fill them all the way up to the very top without spilling.
I'm making a little bit of mess there.
That's okay. It's a messy job.
I like the way you think.
All right, beautiful.
Yay!
Okay, so these are going to go into our 415 degree oven for about 17 minutes, and then we'll switch the temperature down to around 350 for another about 8 minutes.
So is that like a convection oven, or is it a regular oven?
So we have a rationale oven, which has steam in it as well, but at home you can just use a convection oven, or regular oven will work as well, but I would keep the temperature a little higher.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're gonna use a regular oven.
All right. Well, here they are, Cicely, right out of the oven. Look at these.
I'm very glad you got to experience them pop.
They're beautiful. So now you're going to serve them, right? What do we usually put on?
Yes, so we have 3 different options here. So I make a homemade mixed berry jam and a homemade maple butter. And then I also make a homemade whipped cream with fresh berries. And then for lunch, we have the option of chicken salad to also go in for a savory option.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so let's open them up and
absolutely. So the best way to eat a popover is to just rip it open.
Look at this. It's so fluffy.
So you're just gonna take your butter and jam and smear it right on the inside.
Oh, they're so warm.
Yes, you always want to serve popovers warm.
Well, let's give it a taste because my mouth is watering right now. Oh,
It's magical every time.
It's magical. I love the way you said. You nailed it.
Thank
These
you.
are terrific. They're so fluffy, so light. Cicely, thank you so much for having us and
You're very welcome.
these. It's been so much fun.
Well, we're not done yet. I'm going to send you over to Grace and Hannah, who are going to make you some specialty coffee.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.